Can you like speak to the importance of like athletes uniting and the power of that and like what your goals around that are?
Absolutely. I don't necessarily think that the athletes are selfish or focused, just the guys that's around them. You got to understand, athletes never really ever been in a situation, they don't know anything about money management. They don't know how to brand themselves. They don't know about any of that shit. You relying on people, so I believe it starts there. And I think that's what create that selfish way if it's any.
Specifically, I meant fighters being selfish because it's a solo sport and you're not on a team.
Well, it's the same thing though, Jake. It's the same thing. It's like it's yeah, you can create cool, fun competition, but at the end of the day, like what you talking about, like the NFL, like the NBA, like create your own hood, like come together as a group and benefit that way, if that makes sense.
Instead of just representing somebody else's logo, you know what I mean? All you got is your number and your name on the back of your jersey. Other than that, you're representing a different brand. You don't have no union of players or anything like that. So
absolutely, and that goes right along with fighters. So that's dope to hear. That's what you're trying to do. So if you want any support on that, I'm here. Because I stand tall for that kind of shit.
We need all the support that possible, and it's going to be a long uphill battle to create a fighters union. But speaking to money management, like you said, obviously, like you're an investor in Betr. Shout out Betr. But how did you learn that money management, and like what tips would you have for the younger athletes who are making all of this fucking money all at once?
Yeah, well, I know for me, just gonna give a little quick testimony. When I first got in the NFL, shit, all I gave a fuck about was football. That's all I wanted to do. I never saw that much money a day in my life. So I was like, shit, I'm gonna go buy what I always fucking wanted to buy. So I bought a Bentley before I bought a fucking house. And I had the wrong people around me, and I had the wrong agency around me, wrong marketing team around me. Man, bro, I was like, shit, man, I had this gut, and I was like, something not right. So I was like, shit, let me remove these people. I remember I was working out in the weight room one day. Well, before that, I fired every fucking body. My agent, I fired my marketing team, I fired everybody. I was going into a year on a contract. I ain't like how I was going. I felt like I was being finessed. So I remember one day I was just working out and I got a call from somebody telling me that Jay-Z wanted to meet me. They connected us, and shit, I flew out to New York. Me and Jay-Z rapped a little bit. I told him about everything, I wanted to do. I want to be able to take care of my family. I want to, learn about my life, learn about who I am. He set parameters around me, so I give a lot of credit to him, for that. So, yeah. So with all the shit that I learned, I try to take that shit and give it back.
I think that's super powerful. Surrounding yourself with the right people is first and foremost key. And it's hard to do that when you're a young individual, and your focus is to show up on the field every day or to show up in the ring or, whatever sort of sport you're in as an athlete out there listening. You're focused on being the best on the field. And then before you know it, all of these sharks will be swimming around you. And as a young individual, it's hard to judge people's character. It's hard to have that experience of who's really here for the right reasons. And that's something that people should wake up to and really, really practice as a skill and see if people are there for you for all the right reasons versus like just trying to make a bag off of you.
Do you run into the same issue of finding sharks like dating too? I feel like it's hard once you start dating in that realm and like dabbling in that because you don't know who's in it because they actually are interested in you and not just what you're doing.
Absolutely. And that's why I respect what you do, Jake. Like, a lot of people might give you shit, but shit, you really trendsetting. I don't know if you see it, but that's the way I see it. You're encouraging a lot. And I'm like, shit, that's the type of time that I like to be on. That's the type of time I would like to see a lot of guys be on. That's what I see. And you while you building you. So that's a big salute, bro.
Thank you, man. No, I appreciate that. And, Yeah, I'm trying to change the game, especially in boxing and fighting, and getting the money back to the fighters, and helping fighter pay, and changing the way the promotions are done, because a lot of these young athletes get taken advantage of. They get signed into a 10-fight deal, then all of a sudden their promotion and their agents and managers, like you said, are just sitting there not doing anything, and then the fighter's stuck.